Hello and welcome back. Welcome in Exposing Alex and Devonverse. I got the Frosty Bot. I'm going on the bandwagon. I had it, I think, for the first time on Sunday. And then I think Crazy wound up putting it on his, and Rad Build said he was going to put it on his. So everybody's jumping on the Frosty Tools bandwagon. But I like the little, story to go along with it. It's better than just shout out, I think. I'm good. Trying to get back in a routine because the kids had off last Monday because of Martin Luther King Day, and then the rest of the week because of snow, and then yesterday because we had freezing rain. So this is the first time they've been back to school, in like 6 school days, 10 regular days. So trying to get back in the habit because I have, like, if I don't stick to the routine, nothing gets done. So I'm trying to get back into the routine. They get up, I load while they're doing breakfast and stuff. I load the dishwasher and the wash machine and get them going and stuff. And I didn't do that. Like, I did those things last week, but they were all out of order, and I had to force myself to do them versus it just being part of my routine and just doing it. Otherwise, I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to do that, and I keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So I have to get back into the routine. It's hard when they're home because then I want to sleep in because I don't have to get up at 6, and then it kind of pushes everything back to the day. So I'm trying to get back in routine today, though. It was like crazy fog this morning. Like, I had to roll down all my windows and roll them back up to be able to see out and stuff. For book talk. Okay. Let me grab my little sorty thing and I'll sort as I do the book talk. I know I normally open them on screen, the boxes and stuff, but one, this box is big, kind of like the train, but not as big. And two, I needed to open it to see what size batteries the motorized part takes. So I've already opened the box, but that's all I did was open the box and find the booklets so I could see what size batteries I needed to have out. Other than that, I haven't messed with the set. Okay, so for book talk, I'm actually reading a paperback and stuff on my Kindle at the same time. Because I read before I go to bed and I can't do that in the dark. So I'm currently reading a box set on my Kindle, and then a paperback book, you know, during the day. What sets do I have left? I have the 3-in-1. It can be like an old 35 millimeter camera, or it can be a TV, or it can be a camcorder. And then I have another 3-in-1. It's the rain bucket with the boot or the watering can with the flowers in it. I'm glad it's just me and Joe when it comes to washing clothes. I do washing once a week. My mom does washing. I do a load of laundry like Monday through Saturday at least. Well, I should say Monday through Friday. So, and I had to get myself in a routine to do that too. I find as I get older, like, things are just getting harder to do unless I incorporate them as part of a routine. So, like, Mondays, I do whites, lights, whatever, or darks, and then Tuesdays is like either whites, lights, or if there's not enough, like, it's usually every other week. One week I do lights and whites, and the next week I do like my delicates, and then my son washes his clothes on Wednesday, and my daughter washes her clothes on Thursday, and then Friday is like towels and jeans and stuff. But I had to get into the habit of doing like one a day, or else like the laundry would just pile up. I have noticed that, and I dislike that about myself. That the older I get, that it seems the harder it is to do these things. Like, it takes more motivation, but it is what it is, and I've come up with a way to at least semi do it. Whether it's correct or not, I don't know. But yes. So for books, the one that I'm reading on my Kindle is a box set of like 5 books, I want to say, and it's about mountain men finding their women. It's like each book is like 90 pages or less. I will just whack it all together and throw it in a color catcher and hope for the best. Well, I mean, when the kids turned 10, they both, like, I kind of knew it was going to happen. They were like, "Oh, we're a big kid. Can we stay up late?" And I was like, "Sure, you can stay up late, but you have to do a big kid chore." And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "If you want to stay up late because you're a big kid, then you have to do a big kid chore. So you have to do something to earn that, basically." And so I was like, "You have to do your laundry. If you want to stay up, you have to do your laundry." And so they did that. They now do their own laundry, and they have for a couple years. And then when they turned 13, they had to start cooking a meal, 1 meal a week, and that included um like telling me what they wanted, so it got like on the list, because I just kind of loose. Oh, Pokey Daily, I did the wrong one. You can tell where my head's at. Like, I make a loose list of the meals I plan to cook for that shopping, you know time, whatever you want to call it. And then nope, that's not the one I want. And then I go shopping for those dinners. And so I told them, so they have to get that dinner on that list, and then they have to make sure we have all the ingredients, and if we don't, they need to get put on the grocery list so I can buy them while I'm out. And then they have to make sure that if it's something that needs to be defrosted, that it gets defrosted in time for them to cook. And then they have to cook the meal, and I stand and supervise and help if needed. But the idea is that they learn to cook different things, and then eventually they won't be a total waste of space when they leave the house. And some people, we've had the comment, like, we have a friend who's a little sexist, for lack of a term, because he really kind of is. Like, he's got this weird view on women. Woohoo! Like, he still kind of thinks in terms of, like, oh, he has like 3 daughters too, so it's baffling. But I said that Cullen would have to, or my son would have to do it too when he got old enough. And he's like, "What does he need to cook for?" I was like, "You've been single quite a while, mister. Who feeds you? Like, boy or not, you still need to know how to cook." And I was like, "Second of all, he's more likely to get a partner if he can cook." Because women are tired of having to do everything. He's more likely to catch a partner, whether it's boy, girl, whatever, if he can cook. I feel like it is literally wasting Pokeballs some days, because you just throw and throw and throw, and you hardly catch anything some days. But yeah, so they have to do different things. And when she turns 16, she's got to do dishes once a day. Like once a week, not once a day. But I'm trying to prep them for the outside world. Whether it sticks or not when they leave, who knows? But the goal is, to make them well adjusted, semi useful adults. Right. These are things when they leave the house, they're going to have to do. Like, there's not going to be people to do it for them. And if they find a partner that they would like to try to make things work with, they're going to have to do things, you know? Just because you get a partner, I tell my son, just because you get a partner doesn't mean, that partner now does all those things for you. And I tell my daughter that, don't let yourself fall into the trap where that's all you do. Because you found a partner now, that's your job. You cook, you clean, you do like, and then they don't help do any of that. That's not the goal. No, I knew I had a bin for those. Yes, I burned them both regardless of their gender to, do household chores. One there, one there. Okay, since you're back now, Devin, I'll continue with book talk since you're the one who redeemed it. Um, the books I'm reading on my Kindle are like it's 5 books, and they're like mountain men finding their women. The first one is kind of like an accidental meeting. She has an Etsy store where she basically like repurposes and upcycles things, and she's trying to contact a customer, and she accidentally puts in the wrong email address and winds up messaging him, and he lets her know right away that he's not who she's trying to contact, but she just keeps talking to him, and eventually they, develop feelings, and she keeps asking him like to meet, and he keeps kind of putting it off because he was in the military, and he has all these scars on the one side of his face, so he's really the whole side of his body, and so he thinks that she'll see him and run, because who wants to be with somebody like that? That's like his mindset. Welcome in, Laura Skywalker. How are you doing today? So he eventually she's like, listen, we either meet or I can't keep talking to you because I really want to meet you, and it's kind of painful to like keep going where this isn't going to go anywhere because I have feelings for you. And so he doesn't want to lose her either, so he lets her know where he lives. And so she goes to visit him, and he's like shocked that she doesn't just like want to run from him because of the way he looks. The second one is because it's like 5 guys who live on a mountain, and the second one is a guy. He just kind of minding his business. Welcome in, Carrot. Just saw there. That one. And yes, that one's up here. And he notices this girl at the gas station, and then when she's walking to her car, he notices somebody like lurking. Hello, Steel. Welcome in, everyone. All the raiders. Let's see. I switched it with this thing that it's supposed to tag or like shout out all the raiders as they come in. So I don't know if it's going to work because it's the first time I've been raided with it on, but it appears so that it might have worked. Who knows? And so he grabs her before the guy who's trying lurking can. And at first she's like, oh my god, I'm being kidnapped, and you'd think she'd be like more freaked out, but in truth she's being stalked by her ex-employer. He got some kind of obsessed with her, and once the guy explains that he saw the guy, and plus her tires were slashed on her car when she came out, that was another reason he like grabbed her, because he figured something was up. Hello, Kevin. How are you today? And so, this guy used to work for the NSA as a super smart computery guy. And there it is. And so he's gonna help find this dude, you know. He's not gonna let anything happen to her. Because of course it's like insta love. That's how these books work when they're less than 90 pages. And they're like, so the first one happened around Valentine's Day, the second one happens on Halloween, the third one is for Thanksgiving, fourth is for Christmas, fifth is for New Year. That's like the premise for this little series. Carrot left you behind. Rude, Carrot, rude. Why you leaving Kevin? He gave you the pats while you were Ripley. Okay, that's it for sorting for today because I try to only do it for a little bit in the beginning. Yeah, if you start hanging out in people's chats and start playing Pokemon like in the chat and then doing the Poke Daily, you wind up with an obscene amount of Poke money and not a lot to spend it on. Okay, Kevin. I only opened the box and found the instructions so that I could figure out how many batteries I would need for the motorized part. I haven't done anything else with it. So here's a giant base plate in one of the in one of the envelopes. Yeah, he gave him all the pets and he still left you behind. Rude. And then there's 2 books for the thing and 2 little tiny sticker things. There's like 4 on one and like a mirror on the other. And my guess is the reason they did 2 sticker things is because one's kind of reflective, so they probably had to use a different type of material. Let's get my little bucket. I think when I looked, it was like 13 bags, but let me double check. So this book is 1 through 7, and this book is 8 through 13. So yeah, there's 13 bags. So, and I got my batteries out and a little screwdriver for when we get to that part. Ooh, and a mysterious unmarked bag. So really 14 bags. Hey, there's bag 1. Bag 4, bag 10. Oh, Devin, you asked which sets I had. So I have the 3-in-1 camera, the 3-in-1 watering can flower thing. I have the T-Rex head. I have the Fun Hole thing, the newsstand from Fun Hole. And then I bought the pirate ship, the 3-in-1 pirate ship. I need to buy another one so that I can make the pirate ship and the like bar, I don't know, dock building. But yeah. Those are what I have currently as like backstop. I do, but I don't have the roses as well because they are in the house, but they are for Valentine's Day, so I don't have them yet. Like, that's gonna be my Valentine's Day gift. Okay. Do what you got to do, Devin. 7, 10, 9, and 9. Okay. There we go. Okay. I was at 9. 8 is somewhere. 8. 7. Oh, Pokey's coming soon. 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, 4 has 2. A Meditite. 3, 2. Okay, so 1 and 1 are there. 13 has 2 bags. I did. I finished it last Thursday, and promptly it failed the drop test. I asked Fantasy to help me move it off my desk because I had put it on my desk like all together on the train track and everything, and I was kind of squiggling it around so that she could get like underneath it and grab it, and the back half of the train, I guess, was off just enough to have to fight gravity, and it snapped and wound up all over the floor, and I had to rebuild the back half of the train tracks and all the last car all over again. There's pictures of it on my Discord. It was not fun. There was much cursing. It's not your fault, it's mine. I was impatient. I didn't wait until she was near me to try to move it. I just, I was like, oh, it'll be fine, it turned out it was not fine. Sorry, I left my my little sortie bins over here that I had given them to Crazy to use on Friday. And then I forgot to make sure I had them before the stream got going again. Yeah, so it's not anybody's fault but my own and my impatience. Okay, make sure. This is the second book. I did rebuild it already and took a picture to show, like, I took a picture and I put it on Discord and I was like, oops, it failed the drop test. And then I spent like an hour rebuilding it. And then I took a picture of when it was done and put that in my Discord. I sent you on, Steel, on here. I sent you a message, but I also put it in my Discord. In a bunch of my emails today, I got a link. It's for 200 plus free books of all different genres, and they're sorted by genre. So you need to only click on the genre you're interested in. If you're interested, if you're not, scroll past and ignore it. But it's out there for everybody who's interested. There's like a dozen different genres. Ads in a minute for those who have ads. You know what I mean? I like that they sort it by genre, and we can look at it on here real quick if you want. Like the. Let me pull it up. We can look at which genres they have in the different sections. Me. I clicked on me. Do it. So, see, they have steamy contemporary romance, sweet and clean. There you go, Steel. They have fantasy and paranormal, historical, LGBTQIA, multicultural, and interracial, science fiction, erotica. And here's when more are happening. Like, it's going to happen again in April and July and October. There will be more lists like this. You can join this group for more information about free books. You can join this newsletter, and then they'll send it to you in your email. Same with this, you can just sign up for the emails, and then you'll find out all the time. You know, right? I mean, on the list. Okay, so I didn't look at the clean, but we can look at the clean because I know that's your thing. Let's see. Oop, nope, that's fine. Do it that way. This one's about. Let's see if I know any of the authors off the top of my head. I might not know many authors in this section because I don't read a lot of clean romance, but. Yeah, I don't know any of the authors in that section, but. Go back, you silly Knigget. This one's an MC, so there'll be like violence and sex and all kinds of stuff. Probably not for you. This will be super spicy. And so the LGBTQIA whatever can waffle. I know an author, Delilah Donovan. She writes in technically what is the LGBTQ plus, and she writes male most of the time, and there's hardly ever sex. So you could check her out as long as you don't mind that there's two guys. It's usually two guys. But in general, the LGBTQ plus does tend to be a little bit steamier. But like I said, Delilah Donovan, she most of hers, at least the last 10 or so, don't have really sex in them. They're usually like they'll be kissing and holding hands and stuff, but that's about it. Let me see if I can look it up. Is my Goodreads on here? There we go. She writes the one series, it's about a girl, she's asexual, and she has kind of like it's almost like too shy to even be considered like a relationship. But with a constable, because these take place in England. And so there's no sex in the whole series, and it's here we go, the Gossamer Cottage series. So it's like Dead in the Garden. She like solves mysteries. She's always getting in trouble with her friends because they start solving the case, the crime before the police. Like, you know, she writes a podcast series too. The Sin Bin one series has sex in it, but not the Mott's Cold Case, and not the Gossamer, and the London podcast. None of those have sex in them. Like those three series, they're male, but there's no real sex in them. The Honey Bear Cozy Mystery is her newest, and it doesn't have any sex in it either. But yes, there's that 200 plus free books on there. I figured if you guys are interested, you can find some. If not, cool beans. But who doesn't love free books? If you're going to read, you might as well get the book for free. So this has like the front of this book here has like a little thing about lighthouses and what they do. It says a beacon of safety. For as long as humans have traveled the seven seas, safe navigation has been vital to explorers and travelers, fishermen and merchants, navies and blue water sailors. Stone arrangements, bonfires, crescent. Let me make sure I. No, I didn't. Sorry, I was like, did I turn on my closed captioning? I did not. Stone arrangements, bonfires, crescents, or braziers were used as coastal landmarks to help seafarers steer clear of perils day and night. The earliest known stone lighthouses that resemble the structures we know today, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, was built in Egypt over 2,000 years ago. Until the early 1900s, lighthouse keepers would live in accommodations on the property and be available around the clock to keep candles, coal, sperm whale oil, kerosene, paraffin, or gas flames burning. Each lighthouse is unique with signature colors or features to make them easily recognizable in daylight, too. As landmarks in the geological sense and in the technical advances, these beacons continue to help keep sailors safe. Additional safety equipment like foghorns and electric automatic identification system (AIS) are known standard in lighthouses, and most are fully automated and maintained by official agencies. With more than 23,500 lighthouses covering 372,000 miles of coastline around the world, they represent part of our collective history, adventure, and the promise of safe havens in stormy seas. And then this says Pigeon Point Lighthouse, 1872, one of the tallest lighthouses in America. I'm going to say Suter, but I could be wrong. Lighthouse, 1871, the world's first lighthouse built to use electricity. And then I'm totally going to mess this up because it's French. Il Vierge, France, 1902, the world's tallest traditional stone lighthouse. And then there's the Tower of Hercules in Spain, late 1st century AD, oldest known existent lighthouse. The Eddystone Lighthouse, England, 1698 to 1891, world's first open ocean lighthouse. And then the Lighthouse of Alexandria in Egypt, 280 to 247 BC, is the oldest known lighthouse. So they kind of have, the pictures of them, those lighthouses. And then it says the Fresnel lens. Do you guys want me to read this, or would you rather I just go to building? I don't want to have you guys be like, is she done yet? Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys aren't sitting around muting me or whatever, waiting for me to just start building. I mean, obviously it's your choice, but I like the little fun facts and information they put in the books, and I know not everybody does. It says, obviously, the further a lighthouse beacon can reach in the worst weather conditions, the better. During the 1600s to the 1700s, mirrors, parabolic reflectors, and argand lamps created increasingly brighter beams. The Fresnel lens, invented in 1821, revolutionized the construction of lighthouses. Through layers of ring-shaped glass, the lenses, a lighthouse source, could be concentrated into a narrow beam, dramatically enhancing both the intensity and the nominal range of light. This was likely the most significant development in lighthouse design until the introduction of electrical lights, and it is still used today. Fresnel lenses used in lighthouses are now often made of plastic, making them both lighter in use and cheaper to manufacture. With modern automatic rotation functions and electrical light sources, they can create powerful range and enhance visibility. Fresnel lenses are also used in floodlights, ship lanterns, and even cameras. To create the characteristic rotating light function, the LEGO Ideas team developed a LEGO version of the Fresnel lens. A lot of research went into replicating the original engineering of the lens, followed by performance tests to achieve a smooth and authentic experience. So it shows that LEGO made like a dozen different, pieces till they got the right one to so it looked most realistic. And then it says prototypes of the LEGO Fresnel lens element, which is what I just showed you, and then says, oh, and I guess like the people who helped design it. And then this is about the designer and like, why he chose. And then it's like meet the LEGO Lighthouse Keepers, like the people at LEGO who helped actually make the set come to life from the LEGO ideas. I always love the little like tidbit facts they throw in, but I know that doesn't mean everybody likes them. Okay, so I didn't look how many minifigures this one had. I think just 2 or 3. It doesn't show how many, but I think just 2. I just buy it. I'm like, oh, look, I like the way that looks. Okay, it's mine. I don't research it at all. Probably not the best way, but it's what I do. Woohoo, I caught it. Me and Devin caught the Pokey Pokey. I didn't see if anybody else tried to catch the Pokey Pokey. Nope, it looks like just me and Devin tried to catch. So, woohoo for us. So it looks like we got like a fisherman with a compass, and then the lighthouse attendant, with his little scope, and a kitty cat. So he has a kitty cat. Let's see if I can get it to focus. His little face. Okay. I don't see that piece in this bucket. Oh, there it is. And then we have a little compass piece. This is the first set that we get the base plate color. Yeah, I haven't seen any other colored dark blue. I'd have to double check on my treehouse one, but I don't think it's dark blue. A brick separator. We have a boat. A little rowboat. Hey, Kaz. How are you? Let's see what the story does for Kaz. It takes a second because it's got to formulate. And I see the eat sugar. It says Kazakh Princess, the mod queen of Legoland, dazzles with trivia and brick building bashes. They've crafted rubber wonders, co-streamed with pals like Meriden 78 and even tease big news mid disassembly. Tune in for Hype Filled Kingdom where chat reigns supreme and fandom knowledge is king. And then it says hashtag Brick Royalty. They are right, you are Brick Royalty.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage.
Thanks. You're all set.
That counted up and shipped
Okay,
around
let's
the globe
see.
stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
This is our
That, wait, did we just hit
Transformer
1 million
Royalty.
orders
Okay.
stage?
I had to look at the
Whatever your
faces
stage,
to make
businesses
sure.
that grow
The
grow with
rowboat
Shopify.
person,
Sign up for your
fisherman,
$1
whatever
trial
you
at
want to
shopify.com
call it, is a
/easyradio.
lady Lego person. And then the lighthouse is an older man. And they both only have like one face. There's no, normally, or I shouldn't say normally, sometimes they have like the double face, one on the front, one on the back. These both only have the one face. I have not got back into streaming. I have been waiting to get an actual setup to stream, like a computer with a face cam, instead of using my phone all the time. I think I got my cameras for like $30 or something like that. I don't know, maybe it was a little more. These are our two minifigures. I'd have to go on Amazon and check, but I don't think they were terribly like high priced. And I just bought two of them. So I have two on mine, and Crazy has two on his. Ooh, goody. And then they wanted me to do the boat, so I already have it out. Right? I love the green, how it looked, the build, the front bill is like folded back. I like it. When I first started streaming, it was literally I put a stack of Lego instructions and then put my laptop on top of that and tilted the screen, and nobody saw my face. It was just what I was building to the best of my ability. Hi Danny, welcome in. We are starting the motorized lighthouse today. We talked about some free books. I put a list of free books in my Discord from an email I got today. And we looked at that a little bit, and then we read the little fact things about lighthouses in the front of the instruction booklet for Legos for this set. We learned about fractal lens in the lighthouses. We have a little chain for like an anchor. Let's see what Danny says. It says, howdy y'all, Danny Fandoms just hit affiliate and celebrated with trivia and Twitch tales in their latest Just Chatting Hoedown. They are all about the Star Wars and Marvel life, building Legos like a pro and spreading Disney magic. Family-friendly vibes with a Texas twang. They're the go-to for geeky gab and theme park thrills. No recent VODs, but stay tuned for more fandom fun. Yeah, it's called Frosty Tools. Yes, you can always find the things in the Pick-a-Brick. Yeah, Just Chatting Hoedown. I love it. Yeah, Frosty Tools, Frosty Bot. If you want, I can get you the link. But it does the little story, and then it'll also keep up like when you go to ads. It will. Oh, I missed the sticker already. It's the sticker for the boat. It wants me to put it back here. It's crooked, but we're gonna ignore that. It says Lita. Right? I like it. It's really good. I saw it in somebody else's, I forget who, and then Steele had it in hers, and I was like, I need this. I need to know what it is. And you can like change it so that it'll have all like instead of like mine's on the default, but you can change it so it'll be written like you're a conspiracy theorist or a grizzled veteran or whatever. You know, like there's lots of choices. I'm gonna take the compass off and set it down so she can have her little oars in her hand. So there's our minifigure in the boat. But yeah, there's like a ton of different options for how you want it to write it. Like in what style, I should say, you want it to write it. And then you can and like when ads start it does a little thing, and when ads end it does a little thing, and you can change like how it writes, like in what style it writes that. Let me get the link for you. There we go. I've never done a Poke battle. Like, how do you do that? Like in the Pokemon channel thing? I've never like you can choose to fight somebody. Let me find my best people. It says I have 391 Pokepokes. I don't understand. I'm trying to pick. Oh, there we go. You're low but good. How do you, Devinverse, how do you do a battle? So I went to the little sword at the top, and I have my team. And you do private. Oh, it says enter the same password as your friend to battle, to start a private battle, but I don't even know where the password is. Okay, when you figure it out, you let me know and we can do a Poke battle, but I have no idea how to do it. So I didn't even realize you could challenge random people to a Poke battle.
At Kroger, shopping with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in store.
Okay, for anybody who uses like the music extension or a music extension in
busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.
from Steam, because you know they have the attachments, whatever you can use and play music, and it's like ones that they have agreed will be um like copyright free, you know what I mean? Like through that thing. You just type something in the box. Okay. Let me see if that works. Okay, I'll bring it up. Do private. I'm just gonna type in, let's see, show. I just typed that in, Devin. So if you type it in too, we'll try that. Let me know when you type it in. I don't know why it seems so dark in here today. But then I'm afraid to turn on the light and it like wash everything out. A Nidoqueen. Pokey Catch. Okay, I typed it in and it says waiting for other player. So it may take it like a second to like match them up. So this first step is literally just that. Okay, I had an idea, and I kind of am stealing it from Carrot a little bit. I have 2 sets that were like gift with purchases, and you know how Carrot had Brick Tax? I was thinking of doing kind of the same thing and using them as the Brick Tax. What do you guys think? So it would be like a redeem for like, I don't know, 200 points. And then I would do 1 step. What do you think? Is that something you would like as a redeem or whatever? Like I said, I'm kind of stealing it from Carrot, so. Yeah, it's not working for me either, so I don't know. Congrats exposing Alex. Yeah, if you figure out how to do a Poke Battle, I'm more than I will do one with you, but I don't know how that works. I don't know if you could find the answer. Yeah, I don't know if you have maybe could find the answer on the Discord or ask in Discord how you do like a Poke Battle with somebody. Let me get rid of this one because I keep trying to choose it to pick things out of. Let me figure out. I moved my lamp the other day to do something, and now I think maybe I didn't put it back exactly the way it was, so I don't know. Plus, it's dark outside when it's normally a little brighter. It's gloomy here because we're supposed to get some form of rain all week. But it's already like, okay, so this time last week it was 8 degrees here. Now it's 46. Mother Nature is bipolar and I need her to get a grip on her crap. And it's supposed to be like 60 this week, essentially. Or really close to 60. You have to be friends? Okay, how do you be friends with people? I don't know, like, anything about this. Really, I just started playing it in the chat. I don't really know, like, anything about it. Yeah, like I don't understand. I would say the Discord channel is like the best place to get answers, but also I feel like I can never find answers there. But I'm probably just not looking in the right area, so and I almost think like Googling, you might wind up getting stuff for like a different Pokemon. Oh, you need to get rank first. That kind of makes sense. I guess they figure you need to know what you're doing before you just try to like play around. I don't think I have a rank. I think I maybe futzed around with like a public battle once. I don't know. I don't remember. Half the time I just start pressing buttons and we see what happens. So this thing is supposed to wind up being 21 and a half inches tall. So at some point, you may or may not see what I'm doing anymore. I may have to adjust the camera. Somehow. I don't know. I need to get a camera arm. Okay. Have a good phone call. Yeah, so yeah, just shy of 2 feet. Like 2.5 inches shy of 2 feet. Um I need to what I was saying was I need to get a camera arm so that like you guys can look from like the top down. Instead of like this angled forward. I think it would be a better view for you guys. I don't really know though. Have you already started saving points for the next time you can pick Kevin? Oh, and I never did your eat sugar from earlier. I got a Reese Bell. It's 10 inches wide and 21 and a half inches tall. So like 10, 10 like forward back and 10 across, and then 21 and a half. So I'm running out of places to put these tall things. Stop sticking to my finger. Okay, there was my, and this is my hydrate. I have a little can of pineapple juice. And a silicone straw. Yeah. Welcome in, Rad Builds. Did it do you? It did not. Let's see what story it comes up with for Rad Builds. Let's see. Rad Builds, the combat vet turned master builder. From snapping together Lego speedsters to crafting evolution perler beads. They're all about those positive clicks. Recently diving into Pal World adventures and streaming Pokemon battles, they've gone full throttle on streaming. Whether it's model kits or miniatures, expect chill vibes and crafty skills. Tune in for a dose of creativity and community. I love the little stories. I feel like they're so accurate. Okay, Devin. So we are slowly like spreading across the mat here. Let me turn it more this way since we've gone further across. So my brother-in-law messaged everybody like this morning, like, "Hey, I'm coming to town. Who wants to have dinner?" So we'll have dinner with my brother-in-law later. We saw him last. When was the last time we saw him? I want to say not right before Christmas. I don't know anymore. It's hard enough to keep track of like what's going on in my house, let alone when people visit. But he's an airline pilot. He recently switched what would be considered like his home airport, you know, to a different one and bought a house. Okay, put this dot here and that there. And this here. But what about you? Oh, there we see it. But how do you guys feel about that brick tax, whatever? I would use like like my gift with purchase builds, and I would make it like, I don't know, like 200 points, and I would do a step. And then it would just be like a redeem you could do. Like Carrot's brick tax. I'm thefting his brick tax. The Day of the Dragon builds. I have the Chinese New Year stuff on my I want list, but whether I'll get them or not, I don't know. It's like a question of like, which piece do I want more? So a Nidorina. Pokey catch, great. Oh. Yeah, you're like, oh, like technically just about everything is on my wish list, but there's only so much money. And in March, like the first weekend in March, I'm going to a book signing, and Lordy knows I'll spend like $400 there. I need to start pre-ordering books as well, and look on Amazon and see if any of the authors that I want books from have like books on sale on Amazon, and then I just take them to the book signing and they sign them. But I need to start doing those things. I need to start prepping. Dobby ears, okay. Let me collect my pieces for this step. And I will get Dobby. Ooh, I caught it. I caught it. So I was watching puppy videos the other day, and somebody put Dobby ears on their wiener dog. He was so adorable. We currently don't have any pets in the house. We've had a whole slew of pets like as the kids grew up. Not that they're not still growing up, but right now we are pet free and have been for about I gotta think now when about a year. Yeah. The last two pets we had to put down for varying reasons. So I was like, let's do no pets for a bit. This way we can just go away for the weekend if we want to, and we won't have to find a pet sitter and things like that. I was like, let's just be pet free for a little bit. I love pets, and we've talked about the possibility of our local pet shelter does, where you can foster a pet and things like that, like when they get full or around the holidays. So we've talked about potentially maybe doing something like that, where then we have a pet, but it's not technically ours, you know. So we've talked about different parts, but for now we have no pets for a little bit. Okay, so rotate. I love the idea of pets, but then I'm the one who winds up taking care of them because I'm the only one home during the day. And so I wind up doing the walks and the letting out and all that. And I was like, oh, I'd like to just not do that for a little bit. Plus, the kids are finally at an age where going on like little weekend trips is not like a whole production. You know what I mean? Like, because we finally don't have to take diaper bags and everything underneath the sun for them to go. They're old enough to be content in the car for a while without like having to stop every 15 minutes to pee or change a diaper and all those kind of things. So I was like, let's just be pet free. Okay, real pets implies there might be fake pets, and I want to know how you get a fake pet. I used to always joke that dogs and kids weren't that different. Like, you throw the ball and the dog fetches, but so will the child. Like, and you're constantly just cleaning someone's mess and feeding them. It's pretty much the same. Well, that is a real thing, and I could not have a spider in my house. Like, nope, it would have to go. I have like big time arachnophobia. Like, it took a long time to even be like okay with spiders at the zoo in a cage. Right? That's get the vacuum. And then I leave it on spinning for a while so it scrambles their brains and they can't figure out how to climb out of the vacuum and get me. Yeah, real, but not really a pet. I don't know. Some people take them out and play with them and let them crawl on them. That being said, I had pet mice and pet rats as a kid. And I would walk around with a rat on my shoulder, and to some people that is very gross. So it's a personal preference thing. Yeah, like just swirling around because we have the Dyson handheld, so I just stand there with it in my hand for a while, watching him spin around in the cyclone. Uh yeah, I don't like. They gotta go. It might get me. An iguana. My daughter really wants. I don't know what grade she was in. She was in third grade, and they had those little green, uh, like reptile lizard things for like a science thing, and they had like 8 of them, and they got put into like with the permission of the parents. The kid's name got put in a lottery about who gets to take them home. You know, like 8 kids would get to then get a pet lizard at the end of the term. So we let her put her name in it, but she didn't get picked, which I'm not all that sad about. So she almost had a lizard, but she loves snakes, like the pug nose snakes, and the boy child would love what is it? They're a Japanese water lizard, axolotl. He would love an axolotl, and she would love some kind of reptile. But I am really the one who will wind up taking care of it, so I'm not there. Like, you're just gonna have to wait. I usually trap them between a piece of paper and a jar until I get outside and then let them go. So, funny story about that. When I had just had my daughter, and we had an 8-week-old, 9-week-old puppy, whatever. Like, he was like 8 weeks when we adopted him, and we got him the Saturday before, and she was born on Thursday. So I had two newborns in the house, and my husband came home to cups taped to the floor or the wall with like spider written on it, like don't touch unless you're gonna get rid of it. I would just trap them places and tape cups over them. Okay, let's read Rabbit's thing. It says, hop into Rabbit of Moon's cozy den for a blend of nerdy delights. From crocheting granny hexy cardies to diving into Final Fantasy, what is that, 14? Dungeons, they've got your chill vibes covered. Cosplay crafting turns super with their superhero themed streams, and every stitch comes with a side of sweet community chat. Whether you're here for the party games or the snowflake crafts, it's always a safe space full of LGBTQ love and cozy crafting. So they weren't like that, but they were rats. Yeah, they had like little green geckos. Was like they like 8 of them in the class. Yeah, it would be like at the end of the term, and they were done with whatever science thing they were doing. 8 kids would get to take one of the little green gecko-y things home. Yes, and a hog nose steak. I admit they are very cute. I still don't want one in my house. Like, they can be cute at the museum and wherever else we view them. But I don't want them cute in my house. They're less cute with the possibility of getting out and visiting me while I'm sleeping.
A smarter way to work. Try for free today at asana.com.
Did I miss a piece? I guess I did. When she moves out, she can get a snake. I would like a bunny. A white bunny. So I could feed it strawberries. Ever see the, yeah, she really wants goats. Listen, if we buy a house out in the middle of nowhere, we can have a goat. I once took the school guinea pigs home too, and they were super loud. Yes, they are like nocturnally, and they just make tons of noise at night. Those little chirp chirp chirping they do, because they're kind of nocturnal. I want to say they are, but then I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. But they definitely seem to be more active at night. You ever see the videos where people feed the white rabbit strawberries and it's like it looks like red blood down their body? That's why I want a white rabbit. They do it with turtles too. I think it's hilarious. Oh, she wants goats so bad. I said we could dress them in little pajamas. She also would like llamas. Oh, I forgot. Stream Raiders. Do we want to do Stream Raiders? I brought it up and had it all ready, and then I didn't even think about, once we started, I forgot about it. Let me see what it wants me. Warriors. Yeah, sorry, I had it all ready, and then I completely forgot about it. warriors, and possibly healing. In case anybody has the quest to, follow battle plans, I'll put that up for you. So, Stream Raiders is up for those who would like to play a Scropy. I think I have a netball. Pokey, catch, netball. All that typing and I wasn't even in the box. Pokey, catch, netball. Let's see. She doesn't want goats. We had a cat for a little while, even though Crazy is allergic to them. And I think even Fantasy was a little allergic, but then she acclimated specifically for that cat. But she loves cats. Pajama llamas. Scropy escaped, no one caught it. Rude. Crazy has to wash his hands. He's fine unless he touches his eyes, and then it's not so great. Then they get all red and itchy and super puffy. Fantasy got congested for a little bit, and then she acclimated, but llamas in hats. I've not seen a llama in a hat, but that would be interesting. Goats and sweaters. I've seen the goats in the pajamas. Those are cute. And then I've seen the where they have to put cut down pool noodles on the goat's horns because they like to ram people. Sure, on YouTube. I'll have to look for it. Oop, we have a little information-y thing here. Okay, let me get the parts because the information is related to how they stack the parts together, so it won't make sense just reading it. Let me combine those two since there's not much left of either bucket. And that will stop me from having to pick up 7 buckets. Okay, so this piece, this piece, just need this piece. Okay. It says, the small assembly of mismatched plates pays tribute to all the LEGO fan builders who have had to work with the limited selection of pieces and who have needed to use whatever parts they could find to substitute the element they were missing. So this whole little mismatch of like random colors and stuff is to pay tribute to the people. You're just using what you have instead of having to run out or do pick a brick for every type, which is kind of cool that they're paying tribute. So like all this here where it's like random colors is to pay tribute to builders who do like the Lego ideas. Okay, we're in ads. Says, thank you for your patience. Your support during these ad breaks keeps the stream alive and thriving. Stay tuned. The conversation never ends. It says, now a verse from our collective tale. In the chat where creatures abound, Pokeballs fly, but catches are few. Spiders named Go-Go, iguanas of past, pets real and dreamt in memories vast. Builders shout out to Rabbit of the Moon's den, while spiders get vacuumed out with pen.
We have always lurked among you.
Llamas in pajamas, goats donned in knits. Here in the chat where the crafting wit sits, Scropey escapes. It's a wild ride indeed, with book loving builder leading the Lego steed. Okay, thank you for the lurk, Fantasy. Have fun in science. Stuck to me instead of going on the board. I am really loving this Frosty Tools thing. Okay. Dump that out, and then I just have this. Okay, we are back from ads. I feel like this is gonna be a potentially slower build than other builds for some reason. And maybe it's just gonna be slow in the beginning, like getting the foundation. And then maybe it'll pick up speed, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either, so. Sometimes I worry that I build too fast. Okay. We did this. this piece, and these two. Right, like it's a struggle. I don't want to go so slow that like I'm not actually getting anything done, but then sometimes I worry that I'm building like way fast, like just flying through. So I'm trying to find, and I know some of it has to do with like how much you're interacting with your peoples in the chat, because you know you stop to do other things and things like that. But like I know that is going to affect. So this is bag 1. Yeah. This. Like the foundation and everything. Let me put these pieces that I can right away, so you know I'm not just throwing them in a bin to be sorted later, because it only takes a second. Okay. So let's move this for a second. It says bag 2, but then it also has some of this stuff, so let me figure out what that is. Okay, it wants this, which I'm assuming is like the pack where you put the batteries. Okay, then this. As I try not to drop it. Then I think the other piece is in here. More like wiring. Okay. So those 2 pieces and or those extra things and bag 2 here. Okay, so I have this little screwdriver and I'm hoping it's the right size. It is. Let me get the batteries in here, because I have no idea, like once it's in place, how easy / hard it will be to get back to the battery compartment. You know what I mean? So I don't want to put it in there and then it turns out I have to take like a whole bunch of stuff apart to get back to the battery thing. I know they say you shouldn't leave the batteries in it, so that makes me think it won't be terribly hard, but I also don't want to assume anything. You know, just because they say that doesn't mean that they're going to make it easy for you to do. So, let me figure out. Internet issues. Oh no, those suck balls. Okay. This goes like this. And then this goes back on top. So not hard to like put the batteries in this contraption anyway. But like I said, I don't know how easy, like, you know, once the Lego thing is built, it will be to get back into the compartment. I know when you make the haunted house motorized, it sits in the back, kind of where the crank is, so that's not too bad. But this looks like it might be like inside, so I'm not, you know what I mean, not positive about how easy / hard it will be to get in there. So, ooh, some kind of fish. Pokey, catch. Do I have a feather ball? I do. Also, I have a gift to give out in the Pokey thing, but you have to have 5 people do the thing before I can try to give it to anybody, the gift. And that's according to the Pokey game, not me. I would give it out with like one other person in there besides me, but I have to play by their rules. Okay, so I'm going to keep this kind of off to the side because I don't, it looks like we're like, you know, attaching things as we go. So
This whole game is rigged.
I caught it. Yeah, you didn't do your rigged thing. That's why you didn't get it. How have you been, Rad Builds, if you're still here? I told my daughter you wanted a picture of her pokey butts, but then she never brought it in to me or sent me a picture, so she might have forgotten. I don't see any like build 2, build 3 things, so. Okay, so we have it like, we built this kind of wall stand, I don't know. But they want it to go right there. Oh no, that sucks. Has it been cold? Because I know I have more issues when it's cold. I guess not to say when it's cold, like when it changes. Like when you go from being warm to all of a sudden a lot colder, and even vice versa. Then when it gets like changed real quick to warm, I get more aches. She has, okay, so she kind of lucked out. When we were in North Dakota, we would go to the library on base like all the time. They loved it. Like they loved the library, period. And the one lady who was working in the library there asked if she wanted all these perler beads. So her husband got on an ADHD hyper focus and bought all these perler bead stuff. And then, you know, of course, after a week, he wasn't doing it anymore. So it's just been sitting there. And she goes, and we're getting ready to move, and I'm not taking it with us because he doesn't do it. Like it's wasteful to take it with us. There's no point. And so, you know, like this thing I have here, I don't know if you can't really see it. This sorter thing. So she's got one like that. Oop, now I dipped a little. She's got like that. Oh, would be spotty. Well, at least you kind of had a little warning then, Kevin. This is probably too. It's not the weather, but the constantly changing weather gets me. Yes. So when she learned that Fantasy liked perler beads, she was like, "Do you want them?" And so she got a storage thing like that, 2 whole big like 5,000 perler beads, still full and unsorted, like bags upon bags upon bags. Yeah, so I bought this one and I started sorting, and then I have a bunch of like just shoebox things. Yeah, So like your standard moving box from like Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever they call the medium box, 2 boxes of those medium packing boxes full of the melty pegboard tray things, of perler beads, like gallon-sized baggies full of just one color, like 5 of those with like red, white, blue, black, yellow, like just tons. And then little bags that he bought but then never sorted, just tons and tons of stuff. I mean, she probably got a couple $100 worth of perler bead stuff for free. The lady's like, just take it. We're not taking it with us. He won't do it when we get there. It's a waste to take it. So she lucked out. You know, she got a bunch of stuff for free. And she's like, as long as your mom says it's okay, you can take them. Yeah. Well, no, she was obsessed with them before, but it definitely didn't help anything. But it did make it a little cheaper on us because we weren't having to go out and buy her all these different ones because she just had them there. But she makes earrings with them and stuff. And then so at the one craft show on base, she had we split a table, and she had earrings and stuff that she made with perler beads and with other stuff she bought. And the lady who had given her all the perler beads had come to check out the craft show with her husband, and she's like, look it, she's actually using the stuff that you did not. Thank God we gave it to her. And she's like, ooh, and I love these earrings. I'll buy them from you. So she wound up buying stuff. I was like, Fantasy was like, you can just have it because you gave me the perler beads. And she's like, no. And she's like, but you're essentially paying twice. You paid for these perler beads, and now you're buying what I made with them. And she's like, it doesn't matter. You took the effort to turn them from just beads into something else. You earned the money. She wants to stream with her making perler beads, like showing like you did, do a stream with them. And she wants to stream like doing her crafts and stuff, but I don't know. She is 15. She is more than old enough for the requirements, but I think if we did let her stream, it would be like no face, or like the cat, not where you couldn't really see her. Like, the internet is so, I don't know. It's so easy for things to go wrong. Right. Like, I think if we let her do it, it would definitely, not show her face either at all, just straight down what she was building, or do, the cat, where you wouldn't see who she was. Okay, no wonder I can't find 2 of that. They're supposed to be blue, but you have to look really close. Yeah, just something where you wouldn't really be seeing her face. I mean, we teach them especially Boy Wonder, because he plays a lot online with other people. Never tell them your age, never tell them where you live, never tell them your real name, never tell them anything. So they're pretty good about internet safety, but once she puts her face, it becomes another thing. And she's young, and I just worry about the creepy people. And let's face it, the creepy people love the internet. It allows them to be especially creepy.
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchases you want.
It's like the perfect place for them. So I think if we do let her do it, like, that would be like the number one thing. You cannot show your face. Like, it would have to be an avatar. I don't know what besides a cat is out there. Not that she doesn't like the cat, but like option wise, I don't know what is available. Woo. But yes. Yeah, figure out where Carrot got his carrot. She could be a carrot. Right, like, it would definitely be something where she just couldn't show her face. And definitely, like, we would be there moderating for sure. Like, that wouldn't even be a question. Okay, so this... Sorry, I gotta make sure I have the board in the right direction, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it has it like that for right now. Right, I think so too. I mean, of course, that cat would be the easiest because that's just an app, like a thing that's pre-set up. I know Clockston TV does a cat too, and she loves cats, so it's not like you know what I mean. And the other option is, do we let her make her own channel completely, or does she just do like something on Mayan? You know what I mean? Like a guest star on Mayan. Or even Crazies. But that's kind of the other question. So they wanted me to turn it, but I left it that way so you could see like this step better. So now we're working on connecting this. Pokey soon. Right, like where she just streams every once in a while, where it's not like an all the, you know what I mean, like an all the time thing. Okay, Let me finish this step because I kind of already started. And then we will do the battle. Come on, go in both holes. Okay, let me give myself a little bit of room here. And sorry, I moved the little thing. Stream Raiders battle. It says we have 10 allies. Let me try to see where all the people are to put this spell to best use. I think best use would be, that's the most. Laura got all 6, and Radbuild's got 3. And Kevin caught the Pokey Pokey. There's 35 enemies and 10 allies. Let's hope. I don't know. I think we're gonna lose this one. Oh no! Okay, do we want to start a new map or try this one again? I have 3 tokens. I think we'll try it again. Maybe, yeah, like try one more time. Maybe more people will come in. Because usually what winds up happening is...
Experience yours today at Cadillac.com/.
Right, like people come in like randomly, not necessarily from the stream, but by searching, they find it, and that's all right. It takes a while to build up those potions. Sorry, I have a bunch of these laurels, so now I can get a bunch of... I keep trying to get skins, but I don't think I got any. But I did get money, so... Scrolls, let's see. 8, 4, 4. So these, which are the same thing. But when I get money, I'll have all kinds of... Potentially, I can upgrade my rogue, and my archer, my saint, and my fairy. But I need money first. And that's always the way. Go away. Okay, well, it is up for those who would like to join. The epics, you gotta have 49 of those things, the potions, so I know it takes a while to build those up. Hopefully other people join this time. Because that's usually what happens. Like, people search through the, looking for a captain to play the game, and that's usually how other people join in that aren't necessarily watching the channel. I've done it a time or two. Okay, so now we gotta take this. Oop, I need this piece. Take this and put it like that. And then this on there. This. And 2 of these. So these go in here. And this goes on like that. Okay, I'm sure 15 minutes have come and gone for those. This goes through the center. Ooh, I called it. That goes on there. Then another one of you. And this. It looks like a spring or a coil. Blue ones with this. There. Get both these orange ones. Just the first click for now. I don't know why they didn't just tell me to click them through. Oh, I know why. Silly me. They had a reason. It's like, I don't know why they didn't just tell me to click them through right away. Oh, because you got to get the center piece hooked in first before you can push those up. So then this hooks on here like that. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this, turn it so I make sure I get this on correctly. They want this part like this, then this part. Just go on those 4 peg things there. It does leave a little bit of it's got like a little bounce to it. Then it wants you to take this and bring it around and did I do that right? Yes and no. Because they show it one way, but the cable doesn't really go in that way, so. Should be on A. Yep. Ooh, okay. So you can kind of see it. So this is like a handle, you know, it moves this lever here easier. But watch the little screw, the coil thing. So it works, at least so far, you know. Okay, there's not much left in there, so I'm just gonna dump that in there. One of these. 4 clear ones. You're an angle, and you're an angle. Yeah, Laura, don't worry about it. I appreciate any help in the battle. Ooh, there is one person who joined so far. They put one other thing down. Ooh, I forgot to put, there we go. I forgot to put battle plans. So you didn't miss anything. I just quick threw down some battle plans that I had forgot to do before. See, this is why I think an overhead arm would be better. Then you can kind of see what I'm doing in, even when there's something blocking it. Right, instead of against each other. That's kind of how I am. I don't really... Like, I used to play WoW a ton. But even that, I would kind of play by myself. I wouldn't really play with people. I would just kind of do the quests. But I not so much on games where you have to, like, fight, like, another person. Fighting monsters or whatever is one thing, but I don't so much like games where you have to be, like fight a person. Usually there's too many buttons for me to hit, and I'm not very good at it. Okay, so we did this, right? Yeah. So we want one here, and then up. Then a second up. And then one. There. And there. Okay. Okay. Now we're building something that will attach later. So this and this. So I have a Harry Potter game that's a cooperative card game. So everybody picks one. It's a 4-player game. Well, the original game is 4 players. Later, with expansions, you can make it 5. But everybody picks one character, so you can be, of course, one of the trio or Neville Longbottom. And then there's like 7 boxes, and as you go along in the game, you add more villains and such like that. But the idea is that even though you are playing, you're all playing together to defeat the villains. So the idea is to build off each other's strengths, and then, you know, take the villains out. Felt it roll, but I think we're done with it. I think that was just an extra piece. Hopefully. If not, I'll have to get out on the floor and find it. An orbital? Oh, I don't think I have one of those. Pokey Catch Net Ball. But yeah, then the first expansion introduces more of like the pixie type enemies, you know, pixies and the ogres and stuff like that. And then the second box expansion has to do with what's the word I'm looking for? Like potions and stuff. But it's a fun game. I love it. I need to find somebody who can obsessively play it with me. A friend of ours got it and then showed it to us. And then we showed it to other friends when we lived in Virginia and got them hooked. And then before we know it, we had like the whole friend group hooked on playing this. And we get together once a week and play it. Like, even people who weren't like super Harry Potter fans were like, I'm going through withdrawals. I need to play this game. Rigged. Okay, so this is the piece we built. And it's going to go... Gotta turn. Okay. It's a matter of figuring out where they put it. Right there. Okay. I was like, it's over here, but where do I attach it? Yep. Okay. So it went right here. You can kind of see where it moves a little bit. Make diamond art coaster. Okay. Let me... I think we're almost done with this bag. Yep. Let me do the final step in this bag, and then I will get it out. That way we're not, you know... That way we're kind of at a good stopping point. Just that there. This here. And that. So I put pieces right here to make that more like more connected here at the top. Okay. Let me set that there and sort these pieces real quick. I don't think I have those in there with that. I don't think I have a bucket for those. Okay. So I have one Pokemon one left, or... Yeah, here they are. Or I have 2 Jack Skellingtons left. I have a Sally and a Jack, one complete each face, or whichever icy Pokemon this is. Glaceon it is. I figure I'm gonna leave the redeem as it is until I finish these, and then I'll just change the redeem I currently have to the ones I got for Christmas at a lower price. But I won't send them out to people, obviously, because they're ones I really wanted and I got them for Christmas. So, if that makes sense. Sorry, try a clear spot to make sure you guys can kind of see if you want to. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. Look at the time, silly. Okay, yes. So Fantasy got Diamond Dot coasters for Christmas too. She got dragon ones, and man, she did them like all immediately. But they turned out really pretty. I'll have to take a picture of them and put it in Discord. They really turned out nice. I think I started to ask earlier and then my normal self kicked in and I stopped. Sell insurance in the state of Florida. Woohoo! Go Steel! Look at you being all adult and stuff. Does anybody use any of like the add-on features that Twitch has where you listen to music through one of those? Like you play music on your stream with one of those, like add-on apps, whatever you want to call it. And if you do you know how that translates like when you export your video to YouTube? Because I'm worried about using one of those and then getting in trouble on YouTube as like copyright infringement. Do you think it would carry over? Or does anybody know where I can find that out at? Or anybody who might know? I know a fair amount of you stream in here, but like I've been using YouTube. I search for copyright free music or whatever you want to call it and play it. And that's okay because, you know, obviously YouTube isn't going to get married or get mad at me about it. But I keep getting commercials then in the thing. So I just wondered if anybody possibly knew, either themselves or maybe a person who might know. Because I feel bad when the commercial comes on for you guys. I don't know, it seems kind of like unprofessional. Not that I'm really professional with what I do, but this is a really pretty blue steel. I think you're gonna like it. I only have a little bit. I say a little bit. I mean, still, I guess, a fair amount of my latest big diamond dot left to do. I did the Mona Lisa. When I finish it, I'll put a picture in Discord. Who use copyrighted music live, and then for the VOD on Twitch or to upload to YouTube, they remove the music because when it's live, it's different, yeah. But then the VOD is less interesting because there's no music at all. Right, which I know there are add-ons that you can do, you know, when you look for like I guess they call them extensions, whatever you want to call them, the little things you can do in your streams. But I don't know how that would then like work with YouTube is I guess my main concern, because obviously it's an extension through Twitch. It's gonna be okay for on Twitch, but I don't then know how that will work when transferred to YouTube. Maybe I can look on Stream Elements because you can do stuff like the Stream Elements app store or whatever. You can connect your YouTube on there too, so it might be safer. I don't know. Like, I don't get in trouble currently because, like I said, the music I'm playing, one is listed as copyright free. Right, like they don't get flagged on here, but would they get then flagged on YouTube? Um, from the VOD. If I just export it, I don't like do anything to it. I'm lazy about it. I don't like download it and mess with it and then put it up. I just hit export. Right now the music comes from YouTube, so they're not gonna yell about it like as copyright free. So I don't know. But like I said, I get commercial and then I feel bad that you guys have heard the diaper Pampers poop commercial. That's why I was thinking maybe I should look on Stream Elements, because that you can if I wanted to, I could multi-stream. I could stream live on here and straight to my YouTube live as well. I don't do that. I just stream it live to here and export it to there. But in theory, I could. So I wonder if it's an extension from them, if it would be all right on both. I don't know. Or is it something my brain is just overthinking and I'm fine with what I'm currently doing and nobody's really upset about it? Or irritated, or whatever you want to call it. About 6 minutes left on the redeem. Eat sugar. Okay, Danny. Let me catch this last bead I had in there. Whew. When I open this thing, the peanut butter smell is potent. If that's what you want to do. Or would you like to crochet something? Because it's not working? Or because you're tired? Peopling is hard sometimes, even on here when you're not really like face to face with people. I feel like that sometimes too. Listen, I went through a mom guilt spiral, like a week or two ago, that was freaking ridiculous. A Snover has appeared, isn't it, on the loose? part of crafting is try and fail and fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. Oh, and then get it right. And sometimes not knowing how you got it right. And then you're irritated because you got it right, but you're not exactly sure how you got it right, so you can't duplicate it. So then you try the same thing which you succeeded at and fail 10 more times till you figure it out how you got it right the first time. Sometimes when I'm sewing, I get so frustrated because clearly I have the instructions directly in front of me. But I cannot either figure out the interpretation of those instructions, or I think I'm doing exactly what they say, but it is not turning out the way it should. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, I completely understand where you're getting from, or coming from, getting at, coming from, you know what I mean. But, I mean, sometimes you need to take a break and then come back at it, and all of a sudden it makes sense and it works, and you're like, oh, that's what they meant, or that's how you do that. Sometimes the more frustrated you get and you keep trying in that frustrated state, that's when things get really bad. So maybe do what you're planning on doing. Just ask some questions, ask other people who have done what you're trying to do. Take a little break, let the frustration come back down, and maybe then when you go back at it, it'll just work the first time. I know that doesn't sound like a fun answer when you want it done now, but yeah, so you're not, it's, listen, the first person who does it always fails a million times before they succeed. Unfortunately, when you're the first person to do something, you are going to fail more. Okay, I have like 1 minute left on this redeem, and then we'll do the battle. Like I said, and I'm sure it's not a comfort to hear, but right, like similar things. It may not be exactly, but, and sometimes just asking questions will spark an idea. Like just talking about it will give you an idea about how to get it done. Like I said, it's not the fun instant answer, but right. I'm not gonna ignore you. I completely understand how you feel. So that is the Glaceon so far. Okay, let's do come down to stream battle, stream raiders. You know what I mean. Okay, I'll put the curse over them. We have one more ally this time. Here's to hoping. I'm sure you'll figure something out, what to do with them. Ooh, I felt hope for a moment there. Now that hope is gone. Oop, we're on ad breaks. Oh, those bombers are taking people down. Okay. We'll start a new map. Assists from healing. Yeah, it's once an hour. I know it doesn't feel like it's been an hour, but apparently it was. We'll do him. Right? Like, just let it out. I mean, there isn't... Like, don't feel bad about, like, complaining. It's frustration. You have to get it out. And like I said, I know the answer I'm giving isn't necessarily, like, make you feel better because it's not really an answer, but it is true. Sometimes you just have to step back, take a breath from it, and then when you go back to the project, you know, you have... Frustration can lead you to make more mistakes. Like, the more frustrated you get, the more mistakes you make, or the more things don't seem to go right. And I don't mind. Listen, I complain all the time. It just usually I complain to crazy. So, you guys don't get to hear my complaints. Okay, and then it says I need 4 of these, like, rock feature things for this thing. And all I have left is that big. Sorry, let me make sure that no tiny people have messaged me. We're in a flood watch. Not surprising, we've had a ton of rain. Okay. Gotta pick this up so I can turn the page. Sure, 80, 82, okay. Ooh, thank you for the epic, Laura. Okay. Yes, I'm holding it the right way. Or not holding it, but I have it facing the right way. One of you. One of you. And 3 of these clear ones. Has anybody watched The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime? The Tickle Monster! Turn this again. Okay, was it you? I kept thinking that somebody said they were, but then I was like, was it, or was it just my brain saying somebody said it? Did you like it? Yeah, I was like, I think somebody said they were watching it, but then I was like, did they, or am I just thinking that somebody did? You loved it? Because I was looking for a new show to watch yesterday, and I was like, didn't somebody just say they were talking about that they were watching it? And then I convinced myself that I was just imagining things. I watched a video the other day where the girl took all the books from that series and she had them in hardback and she cut the covers off, which I know sounds sacrilege. But then she made like a custom cover for it where it had all the books together. It was like 1,200 pages. Like all together. It was really cool. He kept saying, bring it on. So I did. Like, don't challenge me, kid. Right? Like, you asked for it, let's go. I know, the kids would want to be tickled, and then they'd be like, stop, stop, stop. And then you'd stop, and they'd be like, okay, do it again. And you're like, you just asked me to stop. They're like, I know, but now I want you to do it again. Okay. Let's go. Examil. I hope I said that right. Thank you for the Epic Lancer. I probably did not say that right, but that's what I'm going with. Okay, I need just one of these. With this. 3 of these. And 1 of these, yes. Okay, so once this here, this here, that piece there, piece there, and then this piece here. So we added like some other pieces to this. Like, I just, you know. Okay, now it wants us to take this and put it here. Make sure I didn't accidentally clip any wire pieces. Smush them. I need another tattoo. I mean, I need it like I need more Legos, but I need it. Okay, so then this goes on top there. There. Yeah, it's exactly like that. It delayed bedtime a bit, but hopefully he'll go to sleep quickly and sleep a bit longer now that he's tired. I bet they're awesome matching Sailor Moon ones. Since he doesn't get to play at break time at school anymore, he needs things like that now. Yeah, things that tire them out. I know, my youngest, I mean, he's 13, but, they don't do, they just have gym class, but, you know, that's not always enough, depending on what they do in gym. A Godra. Ooh. I'm gonna have to do an Ultra Ball on that. Pokey Catch. Ultra Ball. He has to walk around the playground to keep him away from the kid that is bullying him. Yeah, it's... Yep, there's the second one. With the teacher. Yeah, what was it? Last week, right before the bad weather hit, we wound up having to go to the school. So we are not religious in our house at all, really. And I don't begrudge anybody their religiousness, however you want to put that. But we live in the South now, where religion, particularly Catholic, is like a big deal. And they have one club at school that's like literally called the Jesus Club, like what would Jesus do or something like that. And you're not forced to join it or anything, but apparently there were some kids in Boy Wonder's class, particularly his gym class, that would ask him like all the time. They're like, join our thing. And when he would say, no, thank you, I'm not interested, then they would start to get on to him about how he should go back where he came from and nobody likes him and they don't need him here because he doesn't want to be part of their religion. And so, like, he likes school. And he was like, I don't want to go to school. And I was like, nope, we're not doing this. And so we went and spoke to the school about it. And she was like, really? That doesn't seem... And I was like, I don't care what you think it seems like. This is what he told us. That is all I have to go on. And so they called him in so he could tell them, more. And they could ask specific questions, that would help them figure out who, what, where, when. And apparently those kids got called in and talked to. So I think or maybe it was the Friday before last. I don't know. But either way, apparently they were talked to and told to leave him alone and to knock it off. But, how long that lasts is anybody's guess. So we have a little treasure chest and put 4 different color stones in there. Close it up. Put the little leafy thing on there. Now we want this to go... Oh, okay. So there's this little like flat piece right here. Let's see if I can lift it up. Like right here, see this little flat, and it's got that little hook. This snaps into that little hook. Like, I'm cool with whatever religion you want to be, as long as you're not trying to force me to do it, we're cool. But apparently they had issues with him not wanting to be part of their group, their religion, their whatever. Oh, thank you for the epic fairy. Ovalufo? I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering these names like nobody's business. Maybe this battle will go slightly better. keep trying to turn it so you guys can see. We're working like right in here. So this was the last step. This step. That sucks. There doesn't seem to be any reason for Joe being bullied other than that this kid is spoiled brat. The teacher asked me this morning if I wanted Joe kept with them at break, like my decision on Joe being kept safe was going to have changed. Yeah, like, are you sure you don't want him to just be out there roaming around? We've dealt with that before too, where there didn't seem to be a reason except for the kid was just horrendous. I mean, this kid just didn't care. It was at his last school. I mean, this kid was just horrible. I don't think he had a great home life, but your lack of good home life does not mean you get to be like that with other people. Apparently, one of Boy Wonder's, like, his really good friend, actually, I guess, lived next door to them and said that the neighbors they used to have moved out because of how bad the kid was. And apparently the parents just put him out and he doesn't get to come home. Like, you know, they just say, okay, it's morning, get out. Which, I mean, is how I kind of grew up, but I guess he doesn't have a ton of friends, but that could partly be because of the way he is, and then because he doesn't have friends, he takes it out on more people, and you know what I mean, and it's like a vicious cycle, but I was like, where am I? Oh, it's because I switched it so you guys could see a little bit better. But you know, that only works for so long. Like, you have to take accountability for the fact that maybe nobody wants to play with you because of how you are. And you don't then get to make the situation worse by picking on more people. There it is. We have a little bat. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to hold it best. So we're gonna take this piece and put our little bat upside down. And he's gonna hang upside down. Okay, Steel. They've been watching him getting bullied for months and doing nothing. Joe doesn't really talk, so I knew nothing about it until the kids started doing it in front of me. He grabbed a hold of Joe and started trying to drag him around. And the kid's mom saw it happening and did nothing. The issue we had was apparently he had been telling the teachers that things were happening, but nothing really seemed to have been done about it. And my child will only take that so long before he in turn gets a little physical because the words aren't working. The trying to stay away isn't working, so then eventually he'll get physical. Okay, where are they supposed to be? Oh, they are supposed to be light ones, but the picture made them look like they're supposed to be the dark gray. But nope, they were supposed to be the light gray. I had run into that when my oldest was like really little, like 2. We were at the park and there was this kid who was just like walking up to people, and if they were on whatever he wanted to be on, he would just like push them and be like, nope, it's mine now. And the mom was right there, and he went to push my son, and I was like, don't do it. And she like popped up and she's like, you can't tell my son what to do. And I was like, well, you're not. And if he pushes my kid, I'm gonna push him. Like, one day your child's gonna meet somebody who is gonna push him back. One day there's gonna be a kid on the playground who he's gonna push, and he's gonna get one heck of a surprise when that kid pushes back. You're seeing it happen. It's not okay. And it's my biggest pet peeve saying, boys will be boys. So you're saying if a girl was doing it, it wouldn't be okay, but because your son is doing it, it is okay? Like, no. If anything else happens, I'm gonna have to tell Joe to defend himself. The kid isn't being pushed in any way. As it stands, Joe is being punished for being bullied, and it's just sad. Right. I mean, and unfortunately, that's how it seems to go. That has been my experience as well. You tell the school or whoever that your child is being bullied, and then they are separated by, instead of the other child, public for me. But yes, it seems like then the child who is being bullied is like, oh well, we'll keep you separate. But why are you keeping them separate? Why aren't you taking the child who's causing the issue and pulling them separate? Why is the child who's already being picked on being punished for saying what's going on? But yes, that has been my experience as well. Thank you for the epic rad builds. And being that my child's older, I do try to tell him there's a difference between bullying and just being picked on. There is always going to be somebody to say something to you to hurt your feelings, but bullying is that like one step forward, or the reoccurring that same person going after you over and over and over again, like harassment. That is then bullying. Like, you can't just say every time somebody says something that hurts your feelings that it's bullying, because maybe they didn't mean it that way and that's just the way you interpreted it. But yes, And I'm not saying that's the case all over or in what is happening with your son. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to teach him that fine line, you know, between the different, the difference between. And then that went on this side right here. It's kind of hard to see. Because I don't want him thinking every time somebody says something and his feelings get hurt that automatically means he's being bullied. Because sometimes people don't mean to hurt your feelings. They just say something and you interpret it one way, and that's not necessarily either what they meant or they didn't mean to hurt your feelings by saying it. So, there's trying to teach him the difference. One too far forward. And like I said, I'm not saying that's what's going on anywhere right now, but I'm trying to teach him. It took me a while to figure out how to do the epics too. I was like, what is it trying to tell me? Oh, how do I do that? Okay, let's see. Looks like that's too far forward. There we go. There. So normally they like highlight around the bricks that they want you to place, but they don't seem to be doing that in this book, so I have to keep like randomly looking for like, where do you want me to put these pieces? Welcome back, Devin. Looks like we're working, I can talk today, on like this segment here, like a little wall. Nope, it is right there. Okay. Okay, I think I did something wrong. Yep, okay. I put that one over too far. There we go. Luckily, just a minor mess up. Hydrate, okay. The parasect got away. You can't trade Pokemon with people. You can only wonder trade. We had talked about this before. A lot of us would like that feature, but it doesn't exist. You can only wonder trade with, and then you don't even get to pick what you get. You just throw it out there into the ether and see what it gets. I would love to be able to trade certain Pokemon with certain people as well, as I know they would like that certain Pokemon, but that doesn't seem to be an option in this version of Pokemon. The battle is ready. Okay, let me get these pieces, this step set up. Okay. Yep, that's that. Okay, stream raiders. I keep wanting to say stream battle. Okay. Okay. Can I capture all of them? I can. Okay, we have 26 allies this time with 21 enemies. Yep. You can only wonder trade like every 3 hours too, which is kind of a pain, but man, look at you go, Lara. You had 2 epic kills. Radfield had an epic kill. Ophalaflow. I don't know how to say that, and I'm sorry. Had both the most kills and the most assists. So I'll give him the 20 and I'll let them pick random. So Gold Zoidberg got the random. And that, I think, is our last quest for the day. I know, I tried to do more, but this time I forgot about it. Like I said, I had it all ready, and then I forgot. Like, I forgot that I had it up in the background. So that was our last battle for today. Like I said, I'm sorry. I had it all up and then just completely forgot about it. And when I finish this bag, it will be our last bag for the day. This here. And this down there. I'm gonna look. I found a fairly priced, like, over, camera thing. I'm gonna see about ordering it. But, I don't know when it'll be in, so I can't promise it'll be here for next time. You named your Wingull Dewberry. Okay, let's see. I think it wants me to turn this again. Yes. Wants it like this. With this piece, this, and this. Right here, I guess. Okay. Then another, as I drop it, another one of these. With this, and this. Give me a name for one of my Pokemon. I don't know. I don't name mine. I just leave them as whatever, like, their name is. I don't give it, like, a name. Okay, so then we take this and put it there. Okay, and then we want this, just one of these, and this. So that goes there. Then this like that. And this right there as more of like a rock feature. This. Go there. Oh, I was like, that doesn't. There's not that block there, because I have to put it there. Nope. It's me. I was wrong. Okay, and the last chunky rock thing. It's gonna go on the back side. This, two of these, and then these gems are extra. Okay, that's enough adulting for today. Time to watch bricks being clicked. Unfortunately, this is our last step, and then we'll be looking for somebody to raid into. For today. So, yep. We only got 3 bags today. Such is life, I know. I feel like sometimes I miss a lot of people's like streams because of the time or just because I'm having to do adulty stuff. So this is how it's looking so far. We got a little, yeah, big ugly rock pieces. Got this treasure chest in here. This little hidden cove thing. And rocks. And rocks. And rocks. And cables! So it's looking like it'll be pretty easy to take out the battery pack. They put it so that these are the screws you take out. And then I can just take the batteries out. So it should be pretty easy to take the batteries in and out. Because they suggest you don't leave them in there, which I understand. They don't want it corroding and stuff. And then this is like the inside, all the parts that are eventually going to make it move. And you can kind of, like, these are gonna light up. Inside where the little treasure chest is, when you stick your finger just inside here, is the lever to make it rotate, which I guess will eventually be how you rotate the light that's in the, like, this will go up and eventually be in the top of the lighthouse, and that's how you'll work that. But these pieces, and then you have those wires tucked in there. I'm gonna just, roll these back up and kind of tuck them in here so they don't accidentally get caught on something, you know, for now. But this is like the beginnings of going up to the lighthouse and then the bricky stuff all around. I don't know why this treasure chest doesn't want to stay closed. Let me fix my jewels inside. There we go. Now it'll stay closed. But yes, that is it for today. We only got 3 bags done, but that's okay. Let's find somebody to raid into. I will find the right button eventually. Oh, nobody caught the Acelagor? I guess that's how you say it. I have no clue. Let's see who's on. Zach, the local brick shop, 9.5. Clockston, Prophet DNA. Okay, I don't want to say this person's name wrong. It's like LLATIASL. I don't know. But they're on playing Pal World. Sorry. I want to, I need to, what was I going to do? Oh, this. So that I write this person's name down correctly so I can type it in correctly. Oh, okay, I got it to work that way. Devin, if you want, there's a guide to raid where you can pick who we go to. Oh, that's what I meant to look. They're supposed to be... Oh, I know how to do it now. Raid... LL... Did you do the redeem where you pick who we raid into? Okay, well, I appreciate the suggestion, but today I'm going to raid into this guy because I want to watch Pal World. I keep seeing people talking about it, but I've not actually seen the game or whatever. I wasn't able to get into Rad Builds when he was doing it the other day. I was adulting. So let's see if I do this right. I did! So then I'm supposed to be able to do this. LLATASLL. And it's supposed to make a thing. So apparently we're supposed to be able to like copy and paste that. You're welcome, guys. Bye. I hope I see everyone on Thursday where we'll continue going up, up, up. And like I said, I'm going to look at ordering that arm. It'll give you guys a better view of, you know, because a lot of what I'm doing now with this particular build is like straight down. It's kind of hard to see on the tilted camera. So I'm going to see about ordering that today. I can't promise it'll be in for Thursday, but, you know. Maybe, depending on what day it's supposed to be delivered, I'll change the time I stream or something like that to accommodate it coming in. Because in theory, I just have to screw the camera onto the little knob and get it angled right, and that's it. Like, I don't have to add anything new. But thank you for hanging out.